Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren telling her fellow Democrats to get on board as she endorses New York City Democrat socialist Zohran Mamdani for mayor.
When someone stands up and says, I will lead this city by making it more affordable, and here are my plans, real plans, plans to deliver on childcare, plans to deliver on housing, plans to deliver, we're going to experiment, we're going to try things on groceries. That is the Democratic message.
Republican South Carolina Senator and chairman of the Senate Banking Committee, Tim Scott, joins us now. Good morning to you, Senator.
Good morning. Good morning.
This is why you have so much traffic in Charleston, because everyone's leaving New York.
They've lost their minds. I mean, literally, they've lost their minds because they lost their voters. The truth of the matter is, if this is the face of the Democrat Party, they learned nothing from the 2024 beatdown that President Trump put on them. I can't imagine a worse decision than to double down on socialism. Think about the last time they presented a bill. Child care, it went from $15,000 on average to $30,000 because anytime there's socialism, no competition, the prices go up, quality goes down.
What have you learned? Because you were so influential all around the country with opportunity zones. So
Yes.
this is your expertise. So what have you learned needs to happen to make affordable housing? And he wants free buses for everybody in the city.
And grocery stores.
Who's going to pay for this? Everyone who has the money is going to leave.
They're already leaving. New York has taught us all around the country how to get more citizens. Just wait. They're so bad here, so bad. People are fleeing to Florida. And by the way, South Carolina, come on home to your new home. Big Red. What has to happen is we have to have more confidence in the private sector. When Americans go to work, they live better. When Americans make their own decisions, they live better. When we give them their money back, like we just did, and the one big, beautiful bill, they make better decisions for their lives. What Americans want, freedom, liberty. They want to choose their destiny. That's the American dream. Socialism, exactly the opposite. Socialism says, you can't make your decisions. You're too dumb. You're too stupid. We'll do them for you. You can't figure out how to start a grocery store. We'll buy them all. That's like a modern-day bread line.
Right.
It never has worked in all of human history, and it won't work now.
Right. Here he is speaking and blaming Donald Trump for everything being more expensive. Listen.
This is all happening within a larger national context where Donald Trump is seeking to make it even more expensive to raise a family in this country. If we want this city to be a place where New Yorkers can raise their kids, then we have to make it so. And it is a plan that will be difficult. It is a plan that is also necessary.
Senator, your reaction?
Hogwash. That's the only word I can think of. Think about the Biden 4 years. Prices went up so high that the average family lost $1,075 the last several months towards the election. Think about what happened when the government took over and started spending trillions and trillions of dollars in 2021. By the summer, interest rates were over 7% because inflation was at 9%. The government is not the place you want to buy your groceries, find your health care, or make decisions about who's going to employ you. You want those decisions at your kitchen table. The last thing America needs, and the worst thing for New York City, is socialism. It's been tried all over the world. It failed, and it failed. President Trump did exactly the opposite. He said, I believe in the American people. That's why the Trump tax cuts delivered $6,000 per family. That's why he signed the Opportunity Zone legislation to put more focus on the private sector, not the public sector. That is why we're seeing the kind of investment in our military, on our border walls, because President Trump knows keeping America safe and trusting the American people, it's the way to the best, brightest future possible for the average person in this great country.
You have never shied away from talking about your faith. I've seen you at church in Charleston before, and now you've written this new book. It's called One Nation, Always Under God. Tell us about it.
It is a way for you, if we're going to see the best future we have to look at those stories of Americans, Christians, who had courage. In the book, you'll find amazing stories about remarkable people who did wonderful things. You know, one of the things that got me in a lot of trouble a couple of years ago, 2021, was when I said, America is not a racist country. I said so because we're not. Why aren't we? First person in the book, Lloyd Garrison. Here's a man who understood taking the reins, fighting against slavery, and delivering people. He put his life on the line, his livelihood on the line, and frankly was almost mobbed and killed. He did so because he felt this passion in his heart, called by God to do something remarkable. Eddie Rockenbacher, here's a guy, soldier, pilot, finds himself, plane crashes, he and his fellow men are floating, he prays, and he believes that God speaks to him, and he learns how to catch birds. He learns how to save his men while floating for days on the ocean. What we'll see in the book, time and time again, is that the Lord speaks to our hearts, and when we respond, the most remarkable things happen because God is not finished with America. And my hope is that as you read through the book, you'll see that our future is very dependent on our past. Our past, a Judeo-Christian foundation, leads to the brightest future this nation will ever have.
That's beautiful. So what did you learn reading and writing this book?
You know, the one thing I learned was, I really learned it after I traveled the country in 2023. America is a passionate country. We love our neighbors. We will give the shirt off our back for people, but we want to make our own decisions. And one of the things you'll find as a through line through this book is that faith is the cornerstone of all the good things that have happened in this country. Whether it's winning the Civil War, whether it's World War I, World War II, the Korean conflict, the one thing you'll see consistently is that when ordinary people stand up and respond to the call of God, extraordinary things happen. Think about President Trump. 2 assassination attempts.
I know.
We must believe, Daniel 2 talks about he chooses the leaders. We must believe that there is something unique and specific that God wants to accomplish, and he chooses the people. They have to say yes, of course. Free will still matters. But there's no way you can look at the last 2 years of this country's history and not come to one conclusion. God is still at work in America, and he's not finished.
That's great. We need to hear that, yes. And even Donald Trump says his faith grew after these assassination attempts.
Absolutely.
Senator,
you have to.
Thank you so much. Congratulations. Everyone pick this up. One nation, always under God. Thank you for being a great representative of our state.
God bless you.
God bless you, too.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.